Alright guys, we're going to check out another gacha game content creator who's been hyping up that they're going to be doing like a bunch of Wuthering Waves content. And Captain Cabinet's here. She has been doing a lot of Wuthering Waves content, and I want to make sure I hype up Wuthering Waves content creators and other gacha game content creators, so that way Wuthering Waves continues to have good word of mouth around it. Good publicity, just being hyped up overall. And that's what I want to make sure is being said. And Captain Cabinet's here. Again, content creator I just recently discovered, but she looks like she has some really good thoughts behind what she's saying, and that's what I like to hear. And plus, she seems pretty funny. I've only so far watched 1.5 video by her, but I've liked what she's brought to the table so far. So with that being said, I'm going to have a link in the description below for her video. Definitely hit that like button for her. Hit that subscribe button for her. So far, from what I've seen, great content creator. And let's jump. Oh, by the way, hit that like button for me. And hit that subscribe button for me. Helps us grow a community over here. Helps us grow the channel. Greatly appreciate it. And if you're watching on Twitch, twitch.tv/SirTwiggens, definitely hit that follow. Let's see what Captain Cabinets has to say here.
What's good, losers? We are still 6 days away from the release of Wuthering Waves, and I cannot wait like a single second more, okay? I'm so goddamn excited to play this game. Like, I haven't been as excited for a game release like in a hot minute, okay? So, goddamn, we need this game to come out like right now. With that being said, I thought it would be a pretty good idea to like ask the people, what are you excited about? What might you be concerned about? All of these things we're gonna address today. Whoa, Cap's making an actual like informative, useful video for once. Like, who would have thought she'd have that ability in her? I mean, I sure didn't. Okay, listen guys, I'm tired of getting mocked and bullied for making these pee-pee jokes whenever I ask for your sub, okay?
That just might be a good sign that you might be a bit of a degenerate, but that's okay, we don't judge here.
So I'm just gonna ask directly to you. You better goddamn sub right now, or your pulls are forever gonna be cursed, okay?
Like the whole Jujutsu Kaisen reference. Hell yeah.
So, I asked both my Twitter and my Discord, what are you looking forward to in Wuthering Waves? And
Okay, guys, can you reply to this tweet with either what you're looking forward to in Wuthering Waves, or what you're concerned about making a video?
what might you be concerned
This might be
about?
that video.
We're gonna go through the replies and see what the people think. Alrighty, so our first stop is gonna be on Twitter. Server stability on day one. Not that 30 million will play, but could the servers withstand 30 million people if it did happen? Of course.
So I'm going to answer before she answers, because I want to see if we're like-minded. I think the servers are going to be fine, just because they already are an experienced studio, and since they've made, for example, Punishing Grey Raven, I'm fairly certain they're going to have server issues under control. That is my educated guess. I don't think server stability is going to be a problem.
Of course, it's impossible for us to tell like what Kuro is cooking, but considering that they have kind of planned for 30 million pre-registrations, they have a kind of inkling on just the scale and magnitude of the player base that might play.
Yeah,
There is always
so we're on the same page.
possibility for server issues to happen, and personally, I'm kind of mentally prepared for that to be the case, okay? It happens with almost every single, hyped launching of a game. It's frustrating and annoying for sure, but we have to trust that the issues wouldn't last for too long. Like, as long as we're not talking like hours upon hours of delays, I think we should be good. Otherwise, we're all gonna be sitting at our PCs, cranking our hogs, just waiting for the game to come out, okay? Because we aren't gonna be able to contain ourselves, guys. Like,
So you're just assuming that when server stability issues arise, and we gotta sit here on our computer screens waiting for being able to log into the game, we're just gonna be like, well, I guess while I'm waiting, I'll just pull up some hentai and beat it. Alright, okay.
Like, it's very likely that Kuro is taking the information from the pre-registrations, seeing which regions are having the most demand, and allocating resources as necessary. So, if you want to be part of the solution and not the problem, if you haven't pre-registered for Wuthering Waves, do so right goddamn now, because you never know, your statistic might help with any potential server issues. I'm looking forward to exploring the brand new world and seeing what the game has to offer. The only thing that concerns me is how the Genshin fan base is going to be treating this game, even though it has almost everything they've ever wanted. I'm so damn excited to sink my teeth into a brand new world and a brand new universe.
Alright, so another good thought. But what you have to understand about the Genshin community, and I'm not too familiar with her knowledge of the Genshin community, but I'm pretty sure she's at least got a view from the outside looking in, is that the people that are going to defend Genshin to the very end will 100% just stay in the realm of Genshin or Hoyoverse. They're not going to leave. They are going to stay in that realm. They're that bubble. Probably the majority, if not just the ones that have been craving for good in-game content, they're going to be definitely checking out Wuthering Waves, because the majority of the Genshin community is there for the anime, open world, adventure, characters to collect, and they're going to probably check out Wuthering Waves just because it's up their alley of what they look for in a game, especially a gacha game. So I don't think the Genshin, like that bubble of the Genshin Impact community, is even worth considering or thinking about. The ones that will just defend Hoyo and Genshin to the death.
I'll be totally honest, I felt kind of fatigued with open world games for the last couple of years. They all seem so open and so bland and so kind of empty, and it just didn't really appeal to me that much anymore. But for the first time in a while, I'm genuinely excited to explore this. Also, the traversal just looks really bloody fun, so I'm just excited just to be wandering around and just stumbling upon cool things. Oh, how could I forget that also you could bring a friend? Bring a friend to play with. I'm even more excited to like explore the world with someone else. Like, that's just gonna be so goddamn cool. Guys, everyone needs to cross their damn fingers, okay, and form a prayer circle. Kuro Games, please do not have any issues with co-op upon launch, okay? I will be very sad. No issues. I want to play with my goddamn buddies, okay? But Genshin already did the open world anime gacha, so Wuthering Waves is just copying them. Let's talk about the Hoyo Genshin Impact fans that are...
We're gonna jump into these guys. Okay. Let's see what she has to say.
You know, trying to trash the reputation of Wuthering Waves for a minute. I'm not even gonna be mean, okay? I'm going to be like genuinely nice. I'm trying to be genuinely nice here. A lot of these people who are trying to do this to Wuthering Waves have spent a lot of time, like many years, playing Genshin Impact, okay? They became super invested in the story and super invested in their characters, and heck, maybe they even spent quite a bit of money playing that game. So now there's this new game that people are talking about that fits the same niche. They're kind of concerned that, oh, what's gonna happen to my favorite? Like, why are people jumping ship? Why aren't people talking about my favorite anymore? They become so emotionally invested into like Genshin
I think that's where you're
that
going.
they see someone else's success as a sort of personal attack on them because of the amount that they have invested into it. Like, both emotionally and maybe literally. However, it also might just be the case that these people just have goddamn brainworms. They don't...
Alright, I think I see where she's coming from. Which is, so for those people that are heavily invested in Genshin Impact, and by heavily invested, like she kind of stated already, emotionally, financially, time-wise, it's gonna be kind of, to a degree, threatening to that investment, whatever type of investment it could be that you're concerned about, to see a game come up and threaten the game that you are invested in something could happen. Like, oh god, Hoyoverse and Genshin would be like, oh no, they took the market. We need to just close up shop and run away. That's not going to happen. Hoyoverse is a giant in the gacha game space. Just because Wuthering Waves has popped up does not mean Hoyoverse and Genshin are going to close up shop because of that investment. Especially when Genshin Impact, the dev team for that game, already well in advance content down the pipe. Natlin is right around the corner. So for Genshin, what they need to do, and this is why competition is so good in any kind of market, is that this allows the dev team for Genshin to look at Wuthering Waves, see what they're doing, see why people are talking so good about it, see why people are so invested in it if it pops off, and be like, all right, how do we make sure we compete with that? How do we make sure our game is as good as possible to compete? So if for those people that are threatened by the appearance of Wuthering Waves and the existence of Wuthering Waves, if you are afraid for Genshin because you're afraid they're going to close up shop, that means that you really don't have faith in your favorite game. So what this means is that Genshin, you should actually be happy, because this means that the Genshin dev team should pop off. They need to get their act together and make sure Genshin can be able to compete and take eyeballs off of Wuthering Waves. Same thing for the Wuthering Waves team. They got to be able to pop off and compete with Genshin and any other game in the market.
People go outside, they don't touch grass, they've never like had normal human interactions and don't understand like basic like emotional intelligence about anything, okay? Like that's also a possibility of why, that's been the case. Quite honestly, I don't really want those kind of people in the Wuthering Waves community. Like, they're only just gonna make it worse, okay? So if they hate the game, they don't want to play, like, goddamn, they don't have to play. Like, there's more than enough like positive marketing.
They are jiggling all over the place. Goddamn.
Around Wuthering Waves, like for real, like we don't need them. Like, I am not concerned about these like Hoyo freaks like at all. And to be honest, if these people do complain, then guess who's gonna be there to set the record straight, okay? Me. I will be the goddamn demon. Anything you say, I will be there. Like I said the other day, I watch Twitter like a hawk, okay? Anything negative, I will goddamn see it. Oh no, Caps just admitted to like wanting to farm Twitter drama. You...
Of course! Alright, and this is just coming from a content creator's perspective. Drama gets eyeballs. When shit is going down, it gets eyeballs. I can attest to this because when I have covered drama videos, they actually do really good on my YouTube channel. So, yes, just from a selfish perspective, when drama is happening, you're damn right content creators are going to farm it. Because it's views. That's, don't hate the player, hate the game.
You're goddamn right I am. That shit is fun as fuck. It is funny to me, man. Like, why wouldn't I? What the hell? This is a really good time to mention that tomorrow, 12 PM GMT, 12 PM UK time, Friday the 17th, I'm doing a Goodbye Genshin Impact stream, okay? I'm so looking forward to seeing you there. We're gonna have such a good damn time, okay? That's also the reason why there's only like one video today rather than two, because I need to prepare. I need to goddamn prepare, and I need my beauty sleep, okay?
She's gonna go back to Genshin Impact. And not because Wuthering Waves falls off. She will go back to Genshin Impact when Natlin drops. Because everyone is. I'll admit it. I will 100% be playing Genshin Impact when Natlan drops. I've already spent this much time in the story. I still play Genshin because I want to be aware of what Genshin's doing. I can shit on Genshin because I can be a player and criticize the game at the same time. Two things can be true at the same time.
I haven't. My sleep schedule has been out of whack the past couple of days, and I need to get some good sleep to see you all there for our date tomorrow in Genshin Impact, okay? So I will see you there. I am mostly looking for combat mechanics in Wuthering Waves. I'm concerned about the difficulties because it has to be easy for casuals and hard for hardcore players at the same time. But Wuthering Waves will succeed. Again.
Alright, let me get my answer and see if she agrees with me. Or if we're at least on the same page. Which I am 100% believing this is going to be true. This is why players, especially the Genshin Impact players who are leaving Genshin Impact because of combat gameplay. They want a game that is like Genshin, but brings the combat gameplay loop and the end game that Genshin failed to do. So, and I even made a video about this 2 years ago almost. Casuals are important to a game. 100%. Casuals are how you improve your player retention numbers. And plus, the idea is to make casuals either sustainable to keep your retention numbers or to turn casuals into a hardcore player, or at least a hobbyist player. So this is true. The game does need to be easy / accessible so that it brings casual players in to play the game, but you also have to have end game that can challenge and sustain the thirst of the hardcore hobbyist player. So these things need to be nailed. Wuthering Waves and Kuro Games has to nail this 100%.
And just as a disclaimer, I haven't played Wuthering Waves yet. I didn't have access to the beta, and I didn't get a chance to actually experience the combat for myself.
And just on that note, obviously since I did, from things I've seen, things I experienced myself, the simulated universe mode does look a lot fun. I didn't get to try it because I didn't want to try it. I wanted to wait until I got to actually play the game legit with my permanent account. But the bosses are super fun and super interesting. There is a boss rush mode that does get harder and harder and adds new mechanics to the bosses, and it's super interesting. There's a Spiral Abyss. It will also get harder and harder, like you would expect floors in the Spiral Abyss. So it's already got 3 things going for it in end game, and they do look really challenging.
Really looking forward to seeing like a super casual's perspective on the combat, because I don't think like a super casual player would have played the beta and given their perspective quite yet. Do I believe that the combat is going to be, you know, harder to master than Genshin Impact? Absolutely. Like, I think that's like not even a question. It's definitely going to be harder, but I really doubt it's going to be like exponentially harder than a lot of people are saying. The actual combat has had so much praise for its smoothness and the abilities and just the whole feel of the gameplay. I truly believe that the combat being as fun as it is will outweigh any negative of, oh, this is actually kind of harder than I'm used to. Like, I genuinely believe people will be hooked onto the gameplay. But keep in mind, guys, this is still a gacha game. Like, there are ways to make your experience easier by farming good stats. Like, that's just how it is. So the more time you sink into it
is true.
The easier the game is going to be. So if you want to make the game harder for yourself, then don't have to worry about grinding as much. I just want to get it out there right the heck now. I'm gonna do a complete no echo run for this game, at least for like the first couple of days, okay? Like, I just want to see how hard I can make it. I just kind of want to suffer. Like, I love that stuff, right? There's something wrong with my brain. I just want to experience pain. I'm so looking for. Can the game come out already? God damn it! All right, next up we're gonna move.
I do feel that, and I do anticipate, and I am excited for Wuthering Waves. But doing a no echo run, I expect that to fall off in like a week.
Over to the questions from Discord. And if you haven't joined my Discord yet, what the hell are you doing, okay? Click the link, come join and say hello, like, come make some new friends for Wuthering Waves. There are plenty of people here to say hi. A good concern from my side can be people might get disappointed if the standard banner character selector is not real. The hype around it is too much without any official confirmation from Kuro Games. That could be a good topic to cover. Honestly.
Alright, so she's talking about, and that question is based around a rumor that came out, and I really hope this is true because it solves a problem for especially the beta testers. Myself. One of my biggest complaints about the beta test was that for the beta testers, it's a feels bad kind of thing, getting like characters you want or don't want that you didn't get to try. For myself, my experience is that I got the wind monk girl who creates shields, whose name completely escapes me. I called her Jen. Yeah, I called her Jen. Great character. I loved her design. I loved her gameplay. I loved the whole shield counterattack thing. It was super fun, and I really want her again. I really want to play her again. And there was a rumor that there's going to be a standard banner selector where you get to decide what 5-star you get from the standard banner. And don't quote me on this, I'm not sure, but I think it was a guarantee. If that's the case, I'm immediately selecting Jen and I'm rolling for her because I want her again on my account. I liked her, like I said, I liked her design, I loved her gameplay. And for beta testers who didn't get the 5-star they wanted, this would be a great makeup kind of thing. For example, Tectone, he ended up getting the healer girl with the blonde hair who did like plant moves. He hated her. He hates everything about her. So for Tectone, this would be a make good for him to be able to select a character he actually wanted from the standard banner. That way he can continue the experience of the game through a character that he actually wanted and not some character that he absolutely hated everything about and was the worst possible scenario for him. So if this rumor is true, this would be great and fantastic.
I'm also curious if this selector is true as well, because I did bring it up in a previous video of mine. Like, it plays into my strategy of how I want to like early build in this game. For me personally, I'd rather have 2 different 5-stars early game than having like 1 dupe. So being able to select the 5-star is going to be like really like key to the way I play early game. If this selector turns out like not to be real, we're definitely going to see some like angry people over Twitter and Reddit. Like
I said, it'll be, it feels bad.
People are going to be pissed the F off. Alright, we just know it. Like, I know we got hyped over information that wasn't officially released. I guess the joke's on us, but still, everyone's been goddamn talking about it, okay?
Yeah, it would be on us for buying into the hype, but it's one of those things where it's such a good idea. It's such a great idea that, it, like I said, it fixes the whole closed beta test problem about having your account be deleted. And it's again, I get it. It's a double-edged sword for me. For my closed beta test account, I got what I wanted. So it feels bad for me because I ended up getting what I wanted. But for someone like Tectone, who got everything he didn't want, yes, the wiping the slate clean would be great for him, but he would also want to guarantee that he is able to get what he wants. Same thing for me. I want to be able to guarantee what I want so I can at least get an account similar to the one I had from the beta test. So it's a win-win situation, and that's why it would be a feels bad, is because it makes so much sense.
So, people are going to be big mad. Another concern is how all the female characters have nice tits, but there is no ass action. As a Nikkei player, this is an L for me. This is a message to Kuro Games. Give this man his ass, okay? Give him the bunda, give him the gyat, okay? You are starving this man. Now this right here is the type of concern I love to hear, okay?
Again, this is like straight Coomer perspective, and I understand it. I actually don't recall looking at any of the female characters' asses. I can't actually vouch for this, but I mean, I will also say that commenter is 100% on point. The detail and the work they do on the tits is on point. It is really on point.
I love stuff like this. Also, you guys should go and watch like my first goddamn video, okay? Where is the bunda on the men in these games? Where? I want to see cake. I want to see the big titty men like shake their stuff, right? Please, I'm begging you. Kuro Games, save me. Please. I'm starting to think I have a problem. I'm starting to slowly admit it to myself that there is something goddamn wrong here with me.
She's been in the gacha space realm for long enough that she's assimilated a Coomer mindset.
God damn it. Another concern is how they defurried Ling Yang. Kuro Games, I'm looking at you, buddy. You took a really cool character design and dumbed it the hell.
I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent. This looked kind of silly. Granted, they could probably clean this up to where it looked better. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But on the other hand, I also don't dig this either. That's why this character isn't on like my top 5 list of favorite characters. I'm indifferent. I could see that they could clean this up, but on the same token, I'm also not big on this either. Indifference, man. That's where I'm at.
And I say to you, don't be afraid to go against the character design meta. Give us interesting new characters that we haven't really experienced before. I genuinely think people would love that. With that being said though, I really love the current lineup of characters. They look so goddamn good, man. I've had so many people reply with what they're excited about and their concerns that there's too many to fit into one video. So if you want to see a part 2 to this, then comment down below. Remember, tomorrow, 12 PM GMT, 12 PM UK time on the 17th, I'm doing a Goodbye Genshin live stream, okay? And we're gonna do lots of cool stuff, and maybe like a little cheeky giveaway, like who knows? But I'll see you there tomorrow. Make sure to go follow my Twitter, give us a sub, and go check out my Discord. Alright, that's all, guys.
Alright, great video. And this is what I liked about this video, was that it did instill thoughts. It was thought-provoking. And so, great video. Definitely check out Captain Cabinets. Hit that subscribe button for her. Hit that like button. I'm going to have a link in the description below, so definitely check her out. And while you're at it, hit that like and subscribe button for me. Hitting that like button helps get the video out there. Hitting that subscribe button helps grow a community over here. So, do all that stuff. I want to make sure people who are going to be covering Wuthering Waves gets their foot out the door. So that way people are more into this game, because I want Wuthering Waves to succeed. I want it to be the best game that it can possibly be. But again, with that being said, thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys later.